Hello everybody, it is Emma here. Welcome to Cruise Trivia week number 14. We are doing cruise trivia today. I think what I'm going to do is just alternate between cruise trivia and cruise Q&A because I like doing both and I can't decide, and you guys seem to like both too. So I'm downstairs in my house today. Hudson was sat here until literally 8 seconds to showtime. Then he got nervous and he ran up the garden, but I'm sure he will be back. So we're downstairs. I moved my piano downstairs. That's possibly the most exciting thing that's happened since lockdown. I hope you guys are all okay. It's been quite a big week, really, for cruising. There have been new guidelines released by the EU which talk about not just how cruising is going to look on board, but also what they're going to do if somebody does get coronavirus on board, how they're going to deal with testing, how they're going to deal with quarantine, everything like that. So it's I think it's good. I think it's good news. I think it's exciting to have some sort of guidance. I know some people don't view it as a positive, but I think any sign that the cruise line is kind of looking towards the future is a good thing. Hello to everybody who is joining me here. Hudson said, Hudson, there might be dreamies if you come back inside. You know, he's kind of on a diet because he's a bit chunky, so I'm trying to avoid feeding him too many dreamies. He probably will come back inside, and if he does, this is his favourite place to sit. That's why my cushion is a bit squished, because it's normally Hudson's seat. So hopefully he will come back and he will talk to us during the next hour. If he does, we're all set up here so that he can come and talk to you guys. Hello to all the names that I recognise and everybody who's new. If this is your first time here, or if you're watching this on the replay, then hello and thank you for joining me here. All of these cruise trivias are available online for ever until the end of YouTube. I'm never going to delete them, so they're all there on my channel. If you do miss them and you want to catch up, then they're there for you. Hello to my niece Sarah. I'm glad she managed to get on here. She was having some sort of YouTube issues, but I think things are worked out now. I think things seem to be okay. Hello to my mum and my dad who are joining me here. I have just literally within like 10 minutes got off a podcast I was recording with the DCL Duo, a Disney Cruise Line podcast. They've been fantastic and written lots of content for me about Disney cruises for my website. So I feel like I've been on a crash course as to Disney cruising. And we just did a podcast we just recorded for an hour, mostly just talking about me. So if you're interested in a podcast that's mostly about me, I will let you know when that one is out. So we have got trivia today. I have not checked them because I have literally just got off the podcast. So hopefully they're okay. I'm doing a family trivia just after this cruise trivia. So hopefully I haven't got them mixed up and then you've got to answer questions on my family, because that will be very, very difficult. So what we've got is we have got 15 questions today and we've got some picture rounds. Do we think we're ready to start? We're 3 minutes in and it normally takes about 10, well, let's say 5 minutes for everybody to be here. Let's wait for another 90 seconds and then we'll get on with the cruise trivia. James says, when is the trivia? The trivia is in 90 seconds. Hi to James. Hi to Tom, who says, hello, Gaynor and Paul. I can tell you're her parents. Yeah, my surname is Latisse and there's not many Latisses. In sad news, my cup that I normally use for trivia has broken. So that's upsetting. Hello to Olivia, who's managed to catch this live. Jeremy, there are not any questions about Hudson this time. But hopefully he will come back and he will say hi to us. He did run up the garden. Hudson is quite territorial. So if other cats do come in the garden, he does run up there and he does chase them away. But, you know, this is our garden. They shouldn't be in here, I think. Right, let's get started with the cruise trivia. 15 questions. These are all ones that came from my mind. I do have squash, but in sad news, my cup did break. So this is the second best thing, but it is, I could spill it, which is worrying. So this is my cup. Very good. It has a plastic straw built into the cup, and I got this like 2 years ago and I've never looked back. I don't know why people don't use these for everything. I know they're kind of for children, but They're fantastic. Sean says, before we start, can we please hit the like button? Helps Emma out. It definitely does. It makes YouTube think that this is worth watching. So if you could hit that thumbs up button, I would really appreciate it. If you're watching this on Facebook, then hello to you. If you can come over to YouTube, that would be better for this stream, because Facebook and StreamYard, who I use to stream this, are kind of a little bit, I don't know, they're not as good friends as YouTube and StreamYard. So if you can come over to YouTube, my YouTube channel is called Emma Cruises, and that would be fantastic. James says, don't spill. I would love those cups. These cups, they're £2. I've got 2 of these because, you know, when I wash one, I still need one. So I've got £2 each. Bargain. Hudson's not there yet. Right, let's get on with the trivia. Oh, Jenny says, hi, Emma, trying to listen to you and Boris Johnson's statement at the same time. Let me know if Boris Johnson says anything interesting. The pubs are opening tomorrow. That's kind of all I know. I don't really care at the moment. I'm quite all right. So let's get on with the trivia. Question number 1 is a picture, and it is, on which cruise line will you find this huge sports court? And hopefully I have the picture, or that doesn't make any sense. There it is. Any guesses as to on which cruise line you will find this huge sports court? £2 is probably about $3-ish. It's not much more. Thank you, James, for saying I'm better than Boris Johnson. Okay, so that is question number 1. Let's get rid of that picture so that you can see me again. I am sitting in what is the most comfortable chair that anybody has had. I don't know why I've not been doing the trivia in this chair. It's just so comfortable. But I have to warn you, I sit like in a weird way, so I'm not very professional, but we're not very professional at this. So any guesses on that sports court? That is question number 1. Hello to Tom, who is in here. Let's go to question number 2, which is, which fruit is considered unlucky on cruise ships? Emma, I can tell it's comfortable. I can see the comfort. That's good. Welcome to the downstairs of my house. Not sure if this gives you more of an insight into my life. There's my piano. I saved up for years to get this piano. It's not even very expensive, but the first thing I did when I moved into this house was buy this. It's just an electric piano. It's not very fancy, but I love that thing so much. Then we have a lamp, and we have a plant from IKEA, and that is a thank you card for booking a cruise. Not that I need a thank you card, but the cruise line that the cruise agent I booked the cruise through sent me a thank you card, so that's very nice. Then on this side, we've got this chair that was given to me, and this is where I dry my washing, my clothes on it, so very exciting. Okay. David says that was on one of your videos. Yes, that was on one of my videos. That was on last week's video. It was all about cruise ship superstitions. And there's one fruit that's considered to be very unlucky to take or have on cruise ships. So yeah, that was in last week's video. If you haven't already seen that, check that out. Okay. The next question is question number 3, and it is, which coffee chain will you find on Norwegian cruise line ships? I'm not a fan of coffee. I've never had a full cup of coffee in my life because I don't like it. Everyone tells me that I'll grow into coffee, but why would I want to grow into coffee? I don't like it. What I really want is a Pepsi Max. That's what I really want. Or some squash. What I've started doing lately that is a game changer, if you are from the UK and you do have squash or somewhere that has a squash alternative, I keep mixing squash with sparkling water to make sparkling squash, and it's absolutely amazing. Changing my life. Definitely recommend you do that if you do have any squash. Get so many squash questions these days. I appreciate it. We've got lots of answers here, loads and loads and loads of answers. Did you guys see my yesterday's video? Because I'm working from home, I can record videos on my lunch break, which is fantastic. These new guidelines came out from the EU, so I recorded for 58 minutes out of my 60-minute lunch break yesterday, and I spent 3 hours editing it in the evening to get it uploaded as fast as I could. It normally takes me about 10 hours to edit a video, but I just wanted it done. The video is 27 minutes long, which is longer than my favourite TV show, Coronation Street, if you're from the UK, Coronation Street is 27 minutes long, but it summarises 49 pages of EU guidelines about the future of cruising and everything that cruise lines kind of have to do before they can cruise again. So they have to have plans for medical care if people get quarantined. They have to have a place they can go to, a hotel, things like that. So it's a very in-depth video, but if you haven't already seen that, definitely check out that video after this. Paul Moore says, Emma Otter is your TA, I believe. My Princess Cruises bingo buddy. Yes, I did use Emma Otter. She is a lovely travel agent and she is in our Facebook group. If you're not in our Facebook group, it's called Cruising Isn't Just for Old People, and join us in there. 50 likes and 93 viewers. I've got 109 viewers, but maybe some of you are on Facebook and some of you are on YouTube. I just watched your long video and then came right here. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It is a long one, but it's definitely worth watching it. Hi, when are you making a video on the proper way to make tea? The thing is I don't drink tea, like British breakfast tea. I don't drink milk. So when I make tea, it's a tea bag and water, which is very hard to get wrong. And I think the way I do it, I don't follow the instructions, it is wrong. So I'm probably the worst person. I can make a good cup of tea, I hope. But I just don't have the things to make tea here right now. So I'm sorry about that. Okay, so that question is, which coffee chain will you find on Norwegian Cruise Line ships? Speaking of my last video, this question actually is to do with that. What a coincidence. The new cruise guidelines released from the EU suggest that cruise lines should shut which type of pool? Inside pools or outside pools? I feel like I'm on like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire or something. All vote now. Bloop, bloop, bloop. I'm actually surprised Hudson stayed outside for this long. Normally he does come back, but maybe he's fighting off another cat or something like that. He is a naughty thing. Let me know where you are watching this from. We have mostly Americans, surprisingly, which is why I tried to do this in the evening so that you guys are awake in America. I do feel very, very bad for the Australians because you guys, I assume, are in bed. If you're watching this and you're from Australia or anywhere over that way, then a massive thank you. The podcast I just did before this stream was with some guys who are in America, and for them, they did the podcast with me at 7:30 a.m. So, I mean, good for them, but that's way too early for me. Liverpool, England, Crumpet Land. I mean, okay. So, question number 5 now. Everybody ready for question number 5? I think so. So, I'm doing my family trivia after this, and it's my week to do the questions. And I'm not going to be doing it with this kind of like, I feel like when I'm on YouTube, I'm quite expressive with hand gestures and stuff. But probably when I do my family trivia, I'll just be like, just because, I don't know, I just probably just will. I'm going to get some more squash and I'm going to try not to spill it. Okay, question number 5 now. Kotor is a town in which country? Where is Kotor? Jason says, Cruise Dudes. It was not the Cruise Dudes this time. I did a podcast with the DCL duo, Disney Cruise Line. I've never cruised with Disney, but all of my Disney knowledge comes from those people. I have done podcasts with the Cruise Dudes before. Very cool dudes. They're fun to talk to. I do like doing podcasts. They're fun. I do my own podcast, which is in Patreon. It's very confusing. It's called Patreon, but you become a patron if you're in there. So thank you to my patrons of Patreon. I see a few of you guys in here. Okay, cool. I'm happy to see that you managed to get in here, Zara. Zara's been having some YouTube struggles. She says 3 hours and 35 minutes of waiting. Of my friend waiting, but none are here. It doesn't matter, Zara. You're here and I'm here, and that's the main thing. I haven't seen my nieces in, I don't know. We went out for a meal the weekend before lockdown, and that was the last time. But I think things are getting back to normal now, so hopefully we'll be able to have a barbecue or something sometime pubs do open here tomorrow in the UK, which is strange. Strange. Sean says, what is Patreon? Patreon is a way for people to support creators, and then they get bonus content. So I basically have a podcast, which I do on Patreon, and it is so worth it. According to James, it is $5 a month for the podcast, and then you're just in like a special club. It's very, very cool. If anyone is able to support me on Patreon, I would massively appreciate it. This is a very bad time to be, anyone in the travel industry, but also trying to YouTube about cruising and stuff. It's a hard time. So I would appreciate it if anyone can support me on Patreon. Please do. It's just patreon.com/Emma Cruises. But of course, no pressure. The most important thing is that you're watching this and you actually give me your time. I can't believe 110 people have given me their hour of their life, but thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Okay. The podcast is worth it. Thanks, Todd. I haven't got a theme for this week's podcast yet, so I'm just going to ask the patrons what they would like from me, I think, because I've had ideas pretty much every week, but this week I think I'm going to hand it over to them. I appreciate you running these fun games. The thing is I start reading these before I get to the end of them, so please don't send me like a nice message that says something rude at the end, or I'll just be in trouble. So I appreciate you running these fun games. Oh, and I'm sitting in my comfy chair at home while playing, so of course you should be equally free to sit in your comfy chair. Thank you. It's a very comfortable chair. And you guys are balanced on the footrest because you're on my footrest on my lap desk. That's where you are right now. Hello to Mary. We are going to move on to question 6 now. Question 6 is, Cunard celebrates its birthday tomorrow. How old is the company Cunard? Pretty old. I'll give you that. Pretty old. Hudson still isn't here. I'd love to put a GPS on him and see where he goes, but he doesn't have a collar, and I don't want to give him a collar, so I don't know how else I'd stick a GPS to Hudson. I don't think he would like it. Hudson yesterday, I'll show you a picture of Hudson yesterday. He was being the soppiest little, look at this. Oh, sorry. He's the cutest thing. Get him a GoPro. Yeah, I think a GoPro would be quite heavy for Hudson. He is quite a big cat, but still GoPros are quite heavy. And would I put it? I'd want to put it on his neck, I suppose, and see what he sees. But he probably gets stuck under a fence or something, so probably not going to do that. Question number 7 is, oh, this is a good one. It is Viking Cruises have designed a ship specifically for the Mississippi River. How many decks does she have? When I was writing these questions, I went to put in a photo, but then you would only have to count. So there's no photo. Viking Cruises have a ship designed specifically for the Mississippi River. How many decks does she have? I'll give you a clue and tell you that normally river cruise ships have 3 decks. But that I'm not saying anything more than that. Sean says, I do like your cat. I used to have a cat just like Hudson. I like Hudson too. He is the cutest thing. We adopted him, so definitely don't buy a cat. Definitely adopt a cat if you can, because you might end up with a Hudson, which we definitely did well there. He is an absolute delight. Is 2020 ready for cruising? I don't know if we're going to see cruises this year, to be honest with you. As soon as cruises do come out, I'm going to be booking one because I'm relatively close to a cruise port. I haven't had a day of annual leave off work since February, so I have annual leave left. That's not a problem. When cruises do start and other people start cruising, I feel like just booking a mini cruise and going and experiencing all of these things that are apparently going to happen on cruises. And then I can kind of report back to you guys. So hopefully when cruises do start, I will be one of the first people on board and I'll be able to let you guys know. Cats adopt you, you don't adopt them. That is definitely true. Hudson's definitely adopted me. He has quite a good life. He sleeps upside down most of the time. Traveling with Bruce. Hello, Traveling with Bruce. Greetings from Canada. Hello. If you haven't watched Traveling with Bruce's YouTube, do it. I was on there once upon a time. Sunny Travels, hey, 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 Sunny Travels. I nearly did the hey, hey, hey from Tony from Lolita Loca there. I'm not going to start copying other cruise YouTubers' catchphrases. Where does Hudson stay when you cruise? Hudson stays here. He stays in his house. When we adopted him, he came from a cattery, so I don't want to put him back there so I can go on holiday, because he probably would think that he was never coming home again. So I just have someone come here and live here and pretend to be me, and that works quite well. So question number 8. In 2021, Hurtigruten will be sailing from the UK. Which port will they sail from? I would love to cruise with Hurtigruten because it's far from a mainstream experience, I think, of a cruise. They have these kind of expedition boats, and they cruise Norway year round, and they do all kinds of strange things. But I would definitely like to cruise with Hurtigruten. We will have to just wait and see, I think. Hello from Helsinki, Finland. I've been to Helsinki twice, I think. 2 Baltic cruises. Lovely place, Helsinki. I still don't see a ginger fluff ball running up the garden. He's gone, long gone. What is Hurtigruten? Hurtigruten is a cruise line. It is a cruise line. Okay, question number 9, which doesn't make sense without the picture, but it is, which cruise ship is this? And then hopefully I have the picture here. There it is. If you have fantastic eyes and you can unfuzz things with your eyes, then you're in luck, because you could probably just see that, but I don't think you can. I look very happy with myself there. This is like 2 days before I shave my head, so that's one of the last outings for my hair. Although it's out and about somewhere with somebody else now, so it still exists. It's just not with me anymore. If you didn't know, I shaved my head for a cancer charity on that cruise, at the end of that cruise. So that was like 2 days before I did that. My hair was very long. Although my hair is growing quite a lot because of quarantine, but I'm just going to let it grow. That is fine. Leo says, looks like a Royal Caribbean ship. Okay, moving on, question number 10. Question number 10 is, Pullmantur cruises are a cruise line from which country? Pullmantur? I don't know. I think it's Pullmantur. I made a video about this on a lunch break this week. I managed to film, edit, and upload a video within an hour, which normally takes me about 10 hours. It's only 4 minutes long, and it's completely irrelevant now. It's completely out of date. Don't bother watching it. Everything has changed since I published it, which is very annoying. But if anything, I mean, it was quite nice for me to have a challenge of what can I do in an hour, because I think I'm quite a perfectionist and I don't want to put things out into the internet until they're kind of, I think they're done. But unfortunately, that takes a long time. So, yeah. Pullmantur, they are seeking restructuring at the moment. They don't really look like they're going to exist in the future, but okay, question number 11. On which cruise line will you find the $1 Million Quartet? The $1 Million Quartet, as in the band, stage production, the show, the Entertainment $1 Million Quartet. One of my favorites. Is a really, really good show. I'm not going to say anything else about it because I think I'll give it away. Any crew updates after resuming? Not really. There's not really dates for cruises to start again. We do have new guidance here in the EU. American cruise lines, your guess is as good as mine. I have no idea. Some cruises are very, very slowly restarting. Very slowly. They're saying that we're going to start by doing shorter duration cruises, maybe visiting less places. So you might do a week cruise that only visits 2 places, or maybe none, which would be fine for me. I honestly would cruise even if it didn't go anywhere. Zara says, "I know none of these." That is a very cute picture of Zara. Zara's 9 now, so she doesn't look like that anymore. Very cute though, very, very cute. All grown up now. It's with Elvis and other people. Yeah, it's Elvis. I'm not gonna embarrass myself by not remembering the other people. Johnny Cash and Jerry Lee Lewis, and I can't remember the fourth one. Can't ever remember the fourth one. But it's a very good show. Very good show. CDC in the USA hasn't reduced guidelines, hasn't revealed guidelines yet. Yeah, I know. Your guess is as good as mine as when it comes to US cruising. If the US cruise lines had to do everything that was written in the EU guidelines, I don't think that they would like it. I don't think a lot of Americans would like it. The pics don't show. That's because I'm not showing any pics. It's just me, just me. Frankie Valli, Frankie Valli. Love Frankie Valli, Frankie Valli. Okay, cool. Question 12 now. What is the name of the pizza restaurant found on Princess Cruises? I thought I wrote Pizza Cruises there. What is the name of the pizza restaurant found on Princess Cruises, which is named, you know, best pizza at sea, and it wins all of these awards. Sunny Travels went to the first 15 minutes but didn't want to listen to oldies. No way. On my Spotify, it tells you kind of, it makes up playlists that it thinks that you like, and the music it thinks I like, it goes from kind of like pop, punk, pop, rock, 50s music. Like, I have such a strange mix of music on my phone. Carl Perkins is the fourth. Yeah, I don't really know much about Carl Perkins. Sorry, Carl Perkins. I have actually been to Elvis's house, to Graceland, which was one of the coolest places I've ever been. If you ever get the chance to go. It was really strange though, because you kind of wander through Elvis's house, and they do this tour, and it says how much of a private man he was, and he didn't want to be, you know, in all of the, have everything shared. And then it's like, and we had 1 million people come through this room in the last year or something. So don't know what Elvis would think of it, but he doesn't really have a say in it, does he? So I'm not going to speak about the pizza, because I feel like it's really hard to read the comments and not read them out. Is Hudson still outside now? Yeah, he's still outside. There he is. He's at the door and he wants to come in. Hudson, come in. He is honestly the laziest little thing. He's at the door right now saying, let me in, let me in. And he has a cat flap, and if he just goes a few meters that way, he can get in. But I think he's trying. Do you guys want me to let Hudson in? Because I will let him in if you want me to. But then he will learn. I can hear him meowing. Not sure if you guys can hear him meowing. This is exactly what I think. Use your cat flap, you egg. Lol. I can hear him meowing. I can hear him meowing. Let him in. Okay, I'll go and get Hudson. You guys stay here. Oh, he sounds really sad. Okay, I'll go get him. Stay here. Hello. Come in. Good boy. You gotta say hello to everybody if you come in. Oh. Say hello. That's not hello, that's meow. He didn't say hello, he said meow. And he's off. Off for a snack, but he is there. Hello, chair. He's so spoiled. Yeah, I didn't let him in the door, I let him in his cat flap. I don't want him getting the idea that if he meows, he gets to come in, because he doesn't. If you hear crunching, it's Hudson eating his lunch or dinner. Hudson. I'm not as interesting as food. Right, let's move on with question, where do we get to? Question number 13. Amber Cove is the cruise terminal for which country? Not one that I personally know. I have never been to Amber Cove. But which country is it the cruise terminal for? I'm going to get comfortable here. Hope that's all right. There we go. And then maybe Hudson will come, because he sees how comfortable this is. Maybe he'll come up here. Oh snap, Hudson's in the house. Hi Hudson, come up here. Hudson, what are you doing? The thing is if I act like I want him to be here, he won't come here. So I'm just going to ignore him and then let him do whatever he wants. I think that's the best bet. Vanessa says, can't you just ask her for the answer, Zara? I'm guessing Vanessa is my niece's Zara's friend. Hello, Vanessa. Hello, Zara. I'm not going to give Zara the answers because that's cheating. And yeah, that's not fair. So no, she can't ask me for the answers. That's literally my cat. It's not. It's my cat. But I'm glad that they look alike. Larissa's the same. Okay, question number 14 now. I hope everybody's got question 13. I would not get that one. I don't know that one, but I know it now. Question 14 is, P&O recently removed what from their sail away parties? There was uproar when this happened because people love this. People love this. Zara says, excuse me. This is such a good cup. I'm also wearing my Fitbit again. I haven't worn a Fitbit in ages, but I'm trying to wear it again. I don't know what he'd do on a ship. Hudson, he'd probably just run off. You probably wouldn't be able to get him on the ship to begin with. There he is, Hudson. Hudson, come up here. No, he's just come back for more food. More food. He likes to kind of scoop his food out of his bowl and then eat it off the floor. He makes a terrible mess, but I do like him. Okay, cool. Question number 15 is our last question, which is, which cruise line features in these photos? And there it is. It's a photo of pictures. Those aren't photos, but I really like this. I really like the design and the bright colors. And if you know this cruise line and you know this ship, you'll know this. This was taken on the ship. So it's pictures of a ship that I took a photo of on a ship. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so that is our last question. That is question number 15. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the beginning and go through the questions again. I'll ask them. I'll let you shout out the answers. And then hopefully you'll get them all right. And then that will be good. Hudson is such a mucky pup. I'd like him to come and sit up here. He probably will. This is his prime seat. This is where Hudson spends most of his time. When I set this up for YouTube and I came down, Hudson was just sat here on the chair. That's quite funny. I'll put the picture on my Instagram. My Instagram is called Emma Cruises. If you want to see Hudson every single day, head to Instagram. And I'm there, and there's cruise stuff there too, but mostly it's Hudson. Will you get invited on board to review Iona when she arrives? I have not been invited. I wasn't invited before, and I don't know anybody who's been invited, so I don't know. But I have just booked the ship. I have booked Iona for January, so I'll be on board for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. So I should be able to get loads of stuff done in 2 weeks. If you want Hudson to join you, tell him not to sit there. Yeah, Hudson, definitely don't sit here. This is mine. He's literally looking at me. Now he's going past. Where are you going? Okay, let's just ignore him. I think all the answers are Hudson. I don't think so. What do you do with Hudson when you cruise? I don't know why like a lot of people ask me this question multiple times. I don't just leave him here. Someone comes to my house and they look after him for me. So he's just as looked after. He is everything exactly the same. It's just not from me, it's from somebody else. So let's go back to question number 1, which is, on which cruise line will you find this huge sports court? And this is the sports court. Very, very cool, across 2 decks. You can see it from the top. You can see kind of like Lego characters up there, which is a clue. One cruise line is linked with Lego, so it's this one. I hear Hudson. Okay, so question number 1, it is the MSC Meravilia. Yes, it is MSC. There we go. There's Hudson. Hudson, did you know it was MSC? I think he did. The answer is MSC. Okay, question number 2 is which fruit is considered unlucky on ships? Any guess as to which fruit is unlucky on ships? Unlucky on boats, unlucky on ships. Some people take this very, very far. They won't have the word or any of the things or any food that includes this thing for some reason. I eat this every day of a cruise, I think, so I hope it's not unlucky, but it is a banana. Yes, banana or banana if you are American. I had a lot of comments about how I say banana, 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 banana. I don't know why we put an R in there. We just do. We just do. There we go. I'll sit here so you can see Hudson. Is he a secret spy? He's only spying on birds and mice and stuff, but maybe. Okay, cool. Question number 3 is which coffee chain will you find on Norwegian Cruise Line ships? Any guesses as to which coffee chain? I really love this cup. You know how sometimes you just have things that are very cheap and not even that exciting, but it just changes your life? These cups. It is Starbucks. Yes, Starbucks you will find on Norwegian ships. For me, it's a waste of space because I don't like a Starbucks, but I know some people who love their specific, I don't even know, pumpkin something fancy. So if you do and you are addicted to Starbucks, then you can get it on Norwegian ships. Not on all ships, on most ships. I think they've put one on the Norwegian Spirit, my favourite old Norwegian ship. And on some Royal Caribbean ships too, you will also find Starbucks. Other cruise lines do have Costa. I think they have Costa on P&O, maybe. What are you drinking? Good question. I'm drinking, I don't even know. Red squash. I think it's summer fruits. It's either summer fruits or apple and blackcurrant. Not sure. Where can I buy those cups? I don't think they sell them in the US. This came from a company called Tiger. I'm not sure if you have Tiger in other countries. It's from the Netherlands, I think, Tiger. And they just have just the weirdest little life hack things. Thank you, Henry, for stopping by and saying hello and dropping off a $5 super chat. Super, super appreciate that. You could buy 2 of these cups probably with $5, so thank you so much. Emma equals squash. Yeah, if they had like a Starbucks for squash, then I maybe would go, but I don't really have any interest in coffee. I made this video about P&O on P&O Britannia. I did a ship tour. It was one of the first videos on my channel, and I said, you know, there's a coffee shop. I don't really like coffee, but people do. There's a wine bar. I don't really drink wine, but people do. And then in the comments, it's just like things Emma doesn't like, and then a massive list. But then a lot of people would just, you know, not mention it at all. But I say things, even if I don't like them, I just say that I don't like them. You can't taste what you're drinking. I have got 7 at least different flavors of squash. I don't know which one's which. This is not Vimto and it is not Ribena. But apart from that, don't know. Either summer fruits or apple and blackcurrant. It's quite hard because normally summer fruits will have some blackcurrant in it, and blackcurrant just tastes of blackcurrant, to be quite honest with you. Hudson might start playing the piano in the next few minutes. He does walk along the piano now that it's here, because you can't see, but outside is that way. So he's looking at birds and cats and stuff. And I think if we do this setup again, we'll probably see more of Hudson. He doesn't really go upstairs. And I'm very comfortable here, so if you guys don't mind, I think we'll do more trivias down here. I'm curious to taste squash. When I visit in 2021, we will try it. Good, and I hope you'll try loads of different types. Try at least one red one kind of berry one, and then one yellow one, like a pineapple or orange or something like that. I saw that post of him on the piano. Yeah, I put that on my Instagram story, I think. Emma Cruises on Instagram. Please follow me. To see Hudson playing the piano. Or bird watching as he is now. Okay, so the answer was Starbucks to question number 3. Question number 4 is the new cruise guidelines released by the EU suggest that cruise lines should shut which type of pools? Inside pools or outside pools? Yes, downstairs trivia because of Hudson. He doesn't even know. Do you know people love you? People love you. People love you. He doesn't know. He's just asleep. But he's very happy. So yeah, we'll do it down here again, I think. What I'm planning on doing is next week doing Q&A and then doing trivia and then Q&A and then trivia. I think that works quite well because I don't want to miss all of your questions, but also trivia is quite fun. So I think we're going to alternate. Zara says inside, and Zara has got it right. It is inside. The guidelines do suggest that inside cabins aren't, inside pools even, aren't allowed anymore because I suppose you're enclosed and the air can't really get through. Not sure if this will actually happen, but that's what the EU guidelines say. If you haven't already watched that video and you have a spare 27 minutes, watch it. I personally, whenever I watch YouTube, I watch it at 2 times speed because I feel like people go too slow. Life's too short. But the thing is I speak really fast anyway. So 2 times speed understanding me is quite difficult. Ian says, what about the dance lessons? I asked on Facebook what you would want me to do, trivia or Q&A, and Ian wants dance lessons. But I think for me to give you dance lessons, I would have to have a dance lesson first. I did used to do a dance exercise class, and we used to do dancing to ABBA and stuff like that. So maybe we could do that. It's not very cool. Not inside cabins too. Most will keep inside cabins. But yeah, inside pools. So question number 5 is Kotor is a town in which country? I didn't show you this picture, but that's the picture. And this is just a stock photo of Kotor, but it actually has a cruise ship there. So that's good. Lots of people talk about having to do a tender in Kotor, but I've never done that, and I've been there 3 times. The first time was on board the Queen Victoria with Cunard, very, very fancy. Then it was the Costa Luminosa, the exact opposite of a Cunard cruise, could not be more different. And then I went back on the Norwegian Spirit last December, which was so nice because I just got in a cruise before all of this happened. Let me know if you've cruised in 2020 because I haven't. I was kind of saving up my annual leave for the first few months so that I could take some this year, but that didn't really happen. So I haven't been on a cruise since December, unless you count my day trip to the Virgin Voyages ship, which I don't count. I've been taking dance lessons for 10 years. I'll teach you to dance if I see you on a ship. I don't know if anyone can teach me to dance. What is Hudson looking at? He's looking at Hudson, what are you looking at? He doesn't know. He's not telling me. But that's outside. So he's looking at outside. Okay, cool. Haven't cruised, not once, but I would love to. Well, I appreciate you always coming on all of my live streams and watching my videos, even if you've never cruised before. Can be quite a good way to virtually cruise, I suppose. And yeah. I'm sure you will cruise sometime. I'm sure you will. Okay, question number. Have you guys answered the question yet? Yes, it is Montenegro or Montenegro, depending on how you want to pronounce it. I'm not sure which one I want to do. Montenegro probably would be how I would say it, but some people say egro. I think Americans say E, and then everyone else says eh. I don't know. I need to ask somebody who's actually there so they know how to say it. Harry says, why do we care about Hudson? I cannot answer that question at all. Please write a comment and tell me why you care about Hudson. I care about Hudson because he's my cat and I love him to bits. Hudson is life. There you go. Hudson is life. Okay, question 6 is Cunard celebrates its birthday tomorrow. How old is the company? How old is the company Cunard? Pretty old. I don't understand, Sean, the question. Oh, Mason says, is Hudson squash? I don't know what that means. Is he squashed? He looks fine. Does he like squash? No. It is 180 years. Yes, 180 years. 180. 180, 180, 180. Flying Tiger shop. Yes, this is where this is from. Flying Tiger, Tiger, whatever it's called. This is where this came from. You should squash him. I'm not squashing Hudson. What? I'll only squash him with love and affection and kisses. 180 was the answer to that question. So question 7 is, Viking cruises have designed a ship specifically for the Mississippi River. How many decks does she have? This looks like a very, very cool ship. Like a river ship, I suppose, but like a river ship XXL. Where is Mr. Wig and Dave? I don't know. I think this would be the first trivia Mr. Wig and Dave has missed if he's not in here. Hudson seems quite content. He's very content, yeah. He's a very content cat. The answer is 5. Yes, the answer is 5. 5 decks. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Well done to everybody who put 5. You all get a point. Okay, question number 8 now is, in 2021, Hurtigruten will be sailing from the UK. Which port will they sail from? Have to get myself on a Hurtigruten cruise sometime. I think Hudson says, Emma, shut up. You're being too noisy. But I was here first, wasn't I? He can sit anywhere else if he wants to. We've got plenty of other chairs in this house. This chair here is pretty much Hudson's designated chair. It's covered in fluff. No human wants to go near it. My mum says, I thought Mr. Wig and Dave had to go back to work. Maybe he did, which is a shame. The answer is Dover. Actually, it's not Southampton, it is Dover, which I think is very interesting. I have cruised out of Dover on the Spirit of Discovery, and the cruise went nowhere. It was supposed to go to Guernsey, but there was some sort of error with the fire alarm or something, and we couldn't do it, so we just went out, and then we came back. And that said, it was fantastic. It was really cool. Liam says, smash that like button. Please smash that like button, and please subscribe if you haven't already. These trivias, I really, really enjoy doing them, but it doesn't get me a lot of new subscribers. So per trivia, I probably get about 2 new subscribers. But that's not really what it's about. I kind of do these things because I want to talk to you guys who are already here. So it's just nice to speak to you. But if you are not already subscribed, please subscribe. And if you know anybody who likes cruising, please invite them to subscribe. It really makes a difference to me. It's free. It's easy. I would appreciate it. How about squash that like button? I like that. Squash that like button. Please squash the like button. Okay, let's move on now. The answer was Dover, that one. Question number 9 is, which cruise ship is this? And it is this ship. It is me looking very, very happy there. Very, very happy with my Santa Cruz sunglasses. I love those sunglasses. I have still got those, but not that version. I've just got a new version because I always break things. Sunny Travels says, does it help if I unsubscribe and subscribe again? No, not really. If you can get someone else to subscribe, please, that would be fantastic. It is not Boaty McBoatface. It is not that. It is the Marella Discovery. Yes, it is the Marella Discovery. Marella Discovery, formerly Splendor of the Seas for Royal Caribbean and undeniably Royal Caribbean-y. But she is a lovely ship. They have redone her so many times. You know, completely refurbished her. You would have no idea that she's from 1996. You would never know. You would never know. I've been on ships that are maybe 2 or 3 years old that feel much older than this one, which is from the 90s, just because she's been done so well. It is smaller than any ship I take. She's about 2,500 passengers, I think, which is still like a fair size cruise ship. I really like that size. Hey everyone, subscribe. Thanks, Sunny Travels. Okay, moving on to question number 10, which is Pullmantur are a cruise line from which country? Pullmantur. I was not born in 1996. I would be 1 or 2 years old in 1996. I'm born in 1994. Maybe that's why I like those ships. Pretty much people ask me what ships do I count as old ships, and it's pretty much the same as myself. So if it's since I was alive, then it's not, and if it's before that, it's an old ship. That said, I have cruised on ships that are older than me. I've cruised on cruise ships from the 80s, which are fine. It's just a very different experience. Sometimes you'll walk along the corridor and it will just, there's a step now, or it's slightly wonky, something like that. Quite creaky and vibraty, but still very, very fun. The answer is Spain. Spain. What's your favourite Royal Navy warship? I can't name you a Royal Navy warship. Henry says, go check out Emma's cruise course. I went in to look at the anonymous feedback today, which I like to have anonymous feedback, but it's always scary to click there. And at the moment, I have 100% people who thought it was good value for money and people who learned something. And I'm so scared. Like, when that changes from 100%, I'm going to be really sad, but I'm sure it will at some point. I was looking at all the lovely feedback in my cruise course. Really appreciate it, and it's nicer when it's anonymous because people could say it was rubbish, but they don't. So my cruise course is all about how to cruise well on a budget. I'm a budget cruiser, and it takes you through, you know, finding the right cruise line, how to book the cruise, how to save money when you're on board, basically how to cruise like Emma. So it's everything from my head in this place. I'm updating it constantly. So if you would like that, head to cruisingisn'tjustforoldpeople.com or head to emmacruises.com and it will redirect you. emmacruises.com/course. You know, I've made this easy for you guys. I've tried to. Hey Jamie, better late than never. Feeling like almost 40 degrees in Canada. Oh, that sounds horrible. Sounds, I mean, you have air conditioning, I guess, probably. I hope so. Really hope so. So the answer to that one is Spain. So let's move on to question number 11, which is, on which cruise line will you find the $1 Million Quartet? Peter says, got to go now. Bye. Bye, Peter. Thank you for joining us. You can catch up on all of these on my YouTube channel forever. Surprisingly, I don't know why, but I thought most people would watch it live, but most people do watch it later. I tried to cut out the beginning bit where I'm just waffling and get straight into the trivia. Given that the price of your Iona cruise has almost doubled in price since you booked, your course must be worth a look. Thank you. I didn't realise that that cruise had doubled. I got it for about £50 per night. So that's sad, but thank you, Ian. The answer is NCL. Yes, it is NCL, Norwegian Cruise Line, which has, I think, probably the best entertainment at sea. They have these big shows and they're really, really good. And I just like the variety. That said, I think Morella and Princess have really good entertainment because they have a different thing every single day. Sometimes the big Norwegian ships, they have one amazing show and then everything else is a bit naff. But Morella and Princess have really good shows every single night, different shows. So the answer is NCL for that one. And question 12 is, what is the name of the pizza restaurant on Princess Cruises? What is squash? The drink itself or the name like Coke? It's not a brand, it's a thing. Like, yeah, like cola. Because there's loads of types of cola, right? It's not Coke, it's cola. Squash is, you know, you get different brands, you get own brands. I've actually been drinking the more expensive squash for a while because the place where I've been ordering food from only has the expensive squash. And it's just taught me that you don't need expensive squash. You can't taste the difference between one that costs. You can get a bottle of squash for 30 pence, like 50 cents. But yeah. This is, are you actually Zara's niece? Do you mean is Zara my niece? Because Zara is 9, so I don't think she has any nieces. But yeah, I'm Zara's auntie. I can show you pictures of us together if you like. The answer is Alfredo's. Yes, Alfredo's, however you want to say it. That is the pizza, and it is all included, and it is fantastic. They make really good pizza. They make pizza without cheese. For me, they do it really, really good. This question is hard for somebody who's not a foodie. Yeah, sorry. Other way around, sorry. Yeah, I assume so. That's fine. Yeah, Zara is my niece. She can show you pictures of us if you like. Aldi or Lidl for squash? Yes, 100%. I don't know why people buy expensive squash. It doesn't get any better. Okay, cool. Question number 13 is Amber Cove is the cruise terminal for which country? Sean says, just checked out your website, Emma. We'll look more into this after this. That sounds fantastic. If you need anything ever, just drop me a message. Sometimes Facebook is quite hard for messages because it goes into like a different folder. If you want me to reply soon, email emma@emmacruises.com, and that's the best way to get my attention. You can message me on Instagram and Twitter, and I will reply, but it just might take me a bit of time. Emma@emmacruises.com. If you need anything, email that and I will get back to you. It is the Dominican Republic. Yes, I have never been to the Dominican Republic. You should do a video on squash options. You know, there actually are some cruise lines that have squash on them, British cruise lines. Some of them do include squash in the non-alcoholic drinks package, which I really, really like. Okay, question number 14 is P&O Cruises recently removed what from their sail away parties? My dad says faster, Emma, only 2 minutes to 6. I'm not on a schedule. I'm an adult. I can talk for however long I want on the internet. I'm doing another trivia after this one, but I am all organized for that one, I think. Do you reckon the Iona will travel on 16th of January? I hope so. I really, really hope so. The thing that P&O have got rid of is flags. Yes, flags in capitals. British flags. It's not like they're being anti-flag. They're not like banned flags, but they've got rid of all the plastic flags that they used to hand out for everybody to wave at the sail away. I think it was quite a unique thing for P&O to have this British sail away, and people liked it, not just British people, but other people. So I think it'd be nice if they just made paper flags or, you know, something like that. Maybe would be nice. It does take away quite a lot from the experience, I suppose, by not having the flags. What's for dinner, Emma? I have no idea because I just did a podcast, then I've got this live, then I'm doing a family trivia, and then I'll think about dinner. Quite far away right now. Okay, cool. Question 15, our last question is, which cruise line features in these photos? And these are the photos. This is the photo of the pictures that I took on the ship of the ship. Hope that makes sense. Sunny Travel says mine was sarcastic because it's so British. We don't really have many British like flags around. We don't have them in the street. We don't have them anywhere. Got to be honest with you. But what is the answer to this? I think this is really nice. That's like a design that I like, and I would have that in my house. If I could, I'd probably print that out. It is, yes, it is Saga. Saga Spirit of Discovery, the British 50+ cruise line that I would cruise on if I had the money and I was 50+. Like I genuinely would. I loved it. The shit was amazing. Soggy Saga. Why are they called Soggy Saga? Maybe I shouldn't ask that. It is Saga, yes. So let me know how many you did get out of 15. I think we had a nice mix today of ones that were more difficult and not difficult. We've put Hudson completely to sleep. He's really asleep there. Look at Hudson, he's so cute. Hudson is cute. There we go, I'll move. You can look at him. Let me know how. Recommendations for Liverpool excursions. I've never been to Liverpool. I have no idea. That sounds really cool, though. I would like to go. I would like to go. Only 8 points, 13, 12, 10, 17 out of 16. I don't think that's right. 5.5, 14 out of 15, 10 out of 15, 7. I think that's pretty good. I did terrible this week. Only got 6 points, but I did learn a lot. That's good. Hudson's waking up, and I'm going to head off now because it has been our allotted hour, and I will be here same time next week. I think we'll do a Q&A next week, and then the week after we will do trivia again. If that suits you guys. If it doesn't, then let me know. Hudson is awake. He's got long arms there. Look at him. He's so cute. So it is goodbye from me and goodbye from Hudson. I will see you next week.